Maybe. Welcome to the Dope and Tape Show, guys. We have Big Kev back on the show. So he was one of our early episodes, and he's back. And some things happened, and he's moved on to some awesome things. And we're kind of want to talk to him and see where he's at now and how things changed and his thought process on going from an employee to his own gig. So what's up, Kevin?
How you doing?
Doing good. And since it was one of the early episodes, can you just give us like a little background? Who got you in? How long you been in the industry?
So I've been in the industry for about 12 years now. I got in when I was 20 years old. I've been worked for three different companies in the 12 years. Started off, went through an apprenticeship program, got my license, and I'm from Connecticut, in Connecticut. Got my license in Connecticut. Past company I worked for about 10 years, and this past year I started my own business just servicing fire pumps, controllers, backflow preventers.
And now you're the owner of American Fire Pump out of Connecticut, right?
Yep, that's me. Yep.
That's awesome.
Congratulations,
How's
bro.
that been going?
It's not bad. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot of things you don't think of as an employee versus a business owner. There's you got to go find the work, get the work. Once you get the work, price it, do the work, bill it, and yeah, there's a lot to it. But
You're always chasing something.
yep, but it's definitely the best decision I've made, and yeah, I don't regret it at all.
What
I'm
up,
sure you're like
SDS?
me, man. I always feel like I need to go to some place and choke someone's like, just read your freaking emails. You know, dude, I'm always checking. I'm always like chasing paperwork. Or I haven't had any issues with like money yet. Because usually, like the places I go to, we have an agreements in this typically like large contracts. But some, gosh, man, if they could just read their emails and get back to me.
Chandler, what up? Chandler says his sister's in Connecticut, Cheshire.
Oh,
I,
Cheshire, that's not far from where I am. I'm in Waterbury.
I had trouble with that. Yeah, so if anyone's in southern New England or in Connecticut and you need a fire pump guy, this is your guy right here.
Where's Chandler from?
Chandler is he's just on the other side of Kansas in California.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think it works like that.
It goes like we got the East Coast, and then you got the Mississippi River, and then it's
Yeah,
just fucking
she's from
Kansas,
California,
and then Cali.
so she's like a Northeast 8 immediately when she goes up there, right?
What is that? Oh yeah.
It's funny you were saying that you were with like what, four fire protection companies in 12 years?
Three. Yep.
Three? Wow. So I changed every 2 years.
Okay.
I was with a company for 2 years, started shopping, went with another company 2 years, started shopping. So that's kind of like how it's been for a while. But now, the company I feel like I'm with now, um, they're giving me like everything I want, like freedom. They don't tell me no. So anything I want to like go after or do, it's usually like yes.
That's
Except for
awesome.
Budweiser, they told me to leave Budweiser alone. So
Oh, what you were trying to get Budweiser?
yeah,
What do
I
you
was
what do you
talking to
mean?
him.
Oh, you're trying to get like the contract or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
How does that go about? Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, how you get a Oh, let me tell you how I go about it. Um, so I'm very good in person. So the whole email, phone call thing doesn't work for me. If let's say I was going after Budweiser, right? So I'll get on LinkedIn or I'll call the front desk, whoever has it, and I'll act like I'm supposed to be calling. I'm supposed to be meeting him, and I'm just like calling. It's like, man, I can't remember his name. I'm trying to figure this out. I have his name on my phone list, but I didn't put like the company name. Can you help me? Like, what's his name? And then I'll get his name, his first and last name, and then I just go up there. I just roll in and I say, and I try to get in front of them, just ask them for a time, and I just tell them I just want to introduce myself. Like I don't want to sell them anything. I don't want to walk the building. I just want to introduce myself. And then I just kind of tell them a little bit about me, a little bit about the fire protection, and then I tell them that I want the opportunity to service him in fire protection, and as well as like the line I said the other day, I want to be the consultant that he doesn't have to pay for, the guy that they can call if there's questions. And then I schedule a meeting for me to come back to the building. So I tell him like, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm busy, you're busy, I get it. And then when you go back,
Just spilled that over
that's
myself.
when you get the sell.
That's when you get the
But
sale.
yeah, because you're supposed to be there.
Bam.
They're expecting you. The
What
first
do we got?
time you're just a dude, showing up, wasting their time because they're busy too. So the first time is just a meeting, and then if you're busy, you're creating worth in yourself, like value. If you have plenty of time, then you're not valuable. You're not busy. Other people are not wanting you.
People in the chat, can you hear can you hear the soundboard when I'm playing those little things or no? I got a new soundboard. Trying to. When you said you got the sale, I played I gave it that cash register. Cha-ching.
Yeah. No one wants to be sold. Everybody wants to be helped.
Right.
Yeah. You go in there trying to sell someone, I mean, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like the guy with like a mall, one of those things in the mall in the middle, or they try to like the kiosks, they try
Kiosk.
to like call you, hey, 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 look at this, hey, look at this, look at this, take a look at this.
And you're like,
Like
nah, buddy.
no, 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 no.
And he tucks his tail.
Yeah, so you gotta
And
be
then
someone
you
who
walk
helps.
away and it's
Yeah. The problem is like the people with that do the like the phone
it's
calls,
too
they
much
do the
fun.
emails, like they have more sales because they're pumping it out. But it's usually smaller things.
Or they're sending like hundreds of emails and they
Oh
just
yeah.
if you
Just
send 100, you're gonna get 10 people to buy, The more
yeah.
emails, the more sales, like cold calling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So my goal when I go out, when I'm like hunting for new business, is to get four contacts and see as many people as I can to get those four contacts and try
Hmm.
to get a couple of meetings out of that.
Good, pretty good little
So
trick.
yep. Yep. But yeah, first meeting, hello and all that stuff. Um I tell them, hey, let's schedule a time. And then I tell them that like I'll go through a monthly pump run. Are you doing monthly pump runs? Have you had someone teach your engineering uh group the proper way? And I just tell them, hey, I'll be free. Let me come back. Let me do a pump run with you. Let me walk the building, kind of tell you in case of emergencies as well as liabilities, if there is a fire or not a fire, and then there's a fire alarm. Like, let me go over these things with you. And they're like, oh, well, that sounds cool. Yeah, we need that. Free training, that's cool. I was like, all right, well, let's schedule a time. I'll come back, and then that's when I get the sale.
Bam,
When
because
I
you're giving
build
them
my
your
worth.
time and you're creating the
Mm-hmm.
relationship.
Exactly.
And then you're
Building
sifting
worth.
through all the different personalities. That's what I always say. It's relationship and personalities. And if you can deal with
Versus
those
me
two
like, hey,
things,
I'm from my company. I want to do your fire protection. Can I walk your building? Can you give me your report so I can get you a quote? I can come back with a quote in a couple of days. Like that's selling. No one wants to deal with that. It's like, get out of here, kid. You know?
wise words from an inspector. So Kev, what have you been working on recently that might be something out of the ordinary? Anything good?
Nothing too crazy. I got a job coming up where I have to repack and paint a vertical inline. Um, nothing really too crazy.
It's
Um,
fire pumps every day.
just about,
That's
just
pretty
about.
cool. A lot of guys aren't getting to see a lot of fire pumps, so it's ordinary for you, but it's might not be so ordinary for most of us.
Right, right.
It's a cool little. I'm happy for you, man. That's pretty cool. You moved on your own. That's the dream.
Definitely a lot of days just calling people, emails. Emails are one thing that I've never really done that much before, but I probably shoot, I don't know, 1 to 2 dozen emails a day.
No,
Just back.
nice. Crunching them out.
Yeah. Yep.
Good for you. So, and still probably going pretty good word of mouth.
So far,
Yeah.
so far, pretty decent word of mouth. I'm trying to build relationships with bigger companies and keep continuous work coming in. Um, trying to trying to meet like property management companies, kind of get my foot in the door with property management companies, sprinkler contractors, pretty much anybody.
So, for as far as the like chief engineers and stuff, what I do is just try to I go through, I guess I don't know if it's up there, but JLL, CBRE, like the big guys.
Yeah,
If you can become friends with one chief engineer, then you got your foot in the door. You just have to keep asking for referrals.
Yeah, we got CBRE up here. I deal with them. They do a lot
Yeah.
of my shutdowns at a couple of the
You got to get a
hospitals.
good chief engineer. If you can't get a good chief engineer that's been there for a long time, like it's so hard. So that's usually what I go for. And then I try to ask for regionals, like regional managers.
yeah,
The big dogs.
Mhm. Yeah,
yep,
the people who make decisions and can make things happen for you, and then you become their friend. Friend by like I said, helping. If they need something, help them. Which I'm sure, like Kevin, I'm sure you answer your phone all the time and help anybody just from the type of guy you are.
Oh
yep.
yeah.
I actually still get phone calls from the company I used to work for. Just guys having just general questions. I help them out as much as I can. It's just yeah, it's just kind of
Yeah,
how.
my father still calls me from my last company. I went to drop off baseball gear for my oldest son and went in there, and it was cool, man. Like it is like family when you walk in there. And everybody's like, "What's going on?" And they continue talking shit and where are you at and how's it going
How you
and blah blah
been?
blah blah blah. Yeah,
H-
it's
How did your
awesome.
old company take it, Kev, when you left? They took it good?
Yeah, they were very good. They were very understanding. I don't really have anything bad to say about the company. They were good to work
Yeah.
for.
Just
They
Um,
send
trying
you
to
sub work.
bigger and better.
uh, Nothing yet, but I think coming up it's going to be a little bit different. So coming up is going to be, I think, very very busy, just because it's getting into pump season, and that's
Yeah,
when all the problems come up.
when it gets
Um,
warm.
yeah, and was it last week or 2 weeks ago? It was like 80 degrees, and now it's like 50 degrees.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Fucking
once
weather, man.
once it starts like steady 60 plus every day, then it's pretty much pump season. Everybody's doing flow testing, getting it in now. And like I said, that's the busy time because everybody's going to have failure starts on pumps, or they're not going to perform right, or pack and spraying everywhere, and you can't adjust it. That's where you get a bunch of work is summertime.
Sounds like money.
Oh, yeah.
It does seem that like across the board, it gets it gets um it
We
gets
get
busy
super
in the
busy in
summer.
the summer too because the schools close down, so
Mm.
they don't want to interrupt students learning. And when they leave for the summertime, we got to go in there and do like a year's worth of work in a couple months. The summer slammers they call them. I'm with it. I'm all for it. More
Summer
money,
slammers.
money, money, money. Yeah, that's big up here with summer slammers, and usually a school, and it's usually a big crew, and you just got like a lot to do in a little amount of time. Crush it while the kids are gone.
Yep.
So what are you working on now, Bobby? What you got going on?
So we had to relocate a standpipe. We had to relocate a standpipe that we've already relocated. And we had to relocate it again. The original spot that they had picked, that we had hit the hole exactly where they wanted, it ended up too close. You need 18 inches, for handicap reasons, on a doorway from the
But
open.
this not to stop you, but this was the really small stairwell that you were working on a while
Yeah,
ago, right?
but so this, and it has four
Yeah.
standpipes in this building, and we had to relocate an existing standpipe for a trash chute. We relocated it. They put the trash chute in. They put a door to the trash chute room. That's the door swings in, but and the standpipe's not obstructing the door. The door opens, but you need 18 inches from the edge of the door frame of clearance on the inside swing, and we're like, we're right in the middle of that, so we were screwing up their clearance,
Mm.
and they kind of already pissed off BFD, so BFD's all over them there, and yeah,
Is
we had
is
to.
that BFD? Is that like Joint Commission?
No, that's
Like
Boston Fire
they
Department.
Fire, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Boston
Do you
Fire,
you
man.
deal with Joint Commission as well? The
Yeah,
commission
but
that,
more like
yeah.
Boston Fire is just, dude, they are there and they are involved. They're just, like, so
That's incredible.
if we do a CPVC shutdown, if they take the ceiling down, we got to spin uprights. We got a fire watch that sits there all night because we can't, insurance won't let us fill it for 24 hours. So a BFD detail
But
sits
it's
there when
just for
we're
that
not
main
there.
hospital,
This
right?
is this
That's
isn't
not like
even this isn't
normal.
even a hospital. This is just a high rise in Boston. It's for
So it's just normal how involved they are.
any building. Any building in Boston.
What?
Yeah, if the sprinklers are down overnight, you're getting a fire watch. So I got to we got to relocate 2 hose valves at one of the hospitals. I already have the new hose valves in place. I have all the piping to where it's tying into. I've already hydro tested it. It's literally like 3 pieces of 2.5 pipe to a valve. We pumped it up, tested it. I wanted to freeze it. I have a little bit of experience freezing. It goes smooth every time. You get to leave the building completely live. It doesn't, they don't want to freeze it, so they want to drain it. Let's drain it. We're in the basement, and there's 3 standpipes that are off of this 8-inch that I got to drain. So we have to take down all 3 standpipes to do these 2 hose valves. That they're gonna take. It'll be quick. It's literally, I have it set up so I can just uncoupling it, pull the piece out, and put my piece in, and we're connected and live and filming again. But it's gonna be. I know it's gonna take me forever to drain. I'm draining 3 standpipes. Even if they're all checked in, it's still. They want a truck and a full fireman crew for each standpipe that's coming down. So it's like a six
So are
o'clock,
these
6 p.m. start, and we'll have 3 fire engines, probably 5 firefighters in each truck until I'm done because we're taking the whole system, the
wow.
whole place down.
Are
Wow.
these this is incredible. Like this wouldn't even happen in Atlanta.
And like I was just saying, what's happening right now, and it's spreading like wildfire. I've seen it twice this year, and I'd never seen it before. Is when I drain a sprinkler system, even for 5 minutes, has to be a fire watch with me. Has to be a fireman from that town. And it's a
Who's
four hour,
calling?
it's a 4 hour minimum. So a lot of
You're
times we want it in the contract that the GC calls and the GC is going to pay. But on some of these, it ends up in our contract. And my office calls the fireman, and then I got to sign his ticket. It's it's pretty crazy because I'm there. I'm fire watch trained. I'm there. I'm fire watching as I'm fucking working. So I couldn't.
and this is
I
like
was completely
this is
set up.
standard.
There was 2 labor. There was a laborer, a super. There was 2 hospital engineers that were there because they'd spin the valves. Me, the sprinkler guy, and a fireman, so I could do 2 pendants, 3 pendants to uprights.
I'll never see a fireman. Ever.
It's a big ass crew to do 3 pendants to uprights.
Well, now
Yeah,
these standpipes, are these standalone standpipes or do they have
A
like
combination.
sectional systems on the way up?
it's usually like a combination. Has fucking everything. Standpipe, it will have zone controls and fire department valves off of it.
Okay.
So you just take you're taking the whole thing down.
I did come
No, it's
across.
just crazy. I love it. I love it. I wish Atlanta was like that, but I'm not ever going to see a fire like a
Yeah, we
fire
just did
truck
a big,
for
huge job at
anything.
an elementary school. Love freezing. Yeah, that doesn't happen in Toronto either. Only time we see firemen is on an accident.
So what they'll tell you, all they really want is, and the fire marshal will come and check it. So you can have anybody. You can get the bum off the corner of the street, come in every hour on the hour, walk it, have a log. That's it.
Oh, and that's the fire watch?
That's a fire watch.
Yeah, so if you're outside of Boston, that's kind of how it is. You just anybody can be the fire watch. It's a train.
No,
It's
that's
usually an
all in
eight
Atlanta
hour
everywhere.
course. Our local
Of course.
yeah,
No, it could be anybody. My
everybody
sister can
every
do it.
member in local 550 is fire watch trained. It was 8 hour course.
Wow.
They said
I
that
wonder
when
if that's a thing
if
too
you're
with it
using a
being
hammer
union.
drill, if you're using a hammer drill through a metal pan, that's a fire starting activity because
Huh.
you could make a spark drilling through that pan. So it goes the same as like they treat it the same as open torch and using a grinder, um, anything that's creating that much heat. So like to use a grinder, we
Hmm.
need fire watch.
Interesting.
If you're making sparks.
That's got to be a real pain.
It's just, it turns into paperwork, man. You got to get paperwork because you got to apply for the
You're
permit,
always
and
doing paperwork.
it's
You're always doing
a lot
paperwork.
of paperwork, dude. And
Is
and
this like union paperwork or is this
no,
like
I work for
general?
one of the
So like if
oldest
it's
companies in the
private?
local, and they're just still a little bit old school. We just got Like they mail me my check, bro.
What?
They mail me my check. We all get our checks mailed. Some
A
guys go
little
and pick it
short
up.
with some cash in there too, so they can
No,
help
no,
themselves with
no,
some taxes.
it's all in there, but they still fucking mail it. And then like the timesheets, like I've worked for a few different companies. I've done different fucking timesheets. These timesheets, you got to write the floor that they're on. Are they doing mains? Are they doing standpipes? Are they doing heads? Are they doing core? Like what are they doing on the floor? Like there's all these little codes. Is it slip work? Was it overtime? So you take a picture
Is
of
your
it.
company pretty small? Because it sounds like they give you a lot of support. Like I'm at the smallest company I've ever been in at like currently, and I have tons of support. Is that like a small business thing you think, or versus big?
I've had good support at every company that I've been. Like, cause typically it's like the support is gonna be, cause I'm not gonna bother the boss on some bullshit. I'm not gonna ever call the boss unless I desperately need to. So I would just utilize my project manager, who's like kind of like my office partner in a way. Whoever the project manager is for my job, he's probably the one. He's probably also the salesman that sold it, and now he's project managing it. And if I have any kind of question regarding his spec or do we own this, a lot of times I'm hitting him up like, hey, do we own this or is this extra? Like, cause I'm
Mm,
outside the scope of my
yeah,
print. That's always happening to me where I'll get a print and it has the floor, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, hey, we're gonna do this bathroom too, and I'm looking at my print, I'm like I don't see that bathroom on my print, bro. That's extra. 2 men, 8 hours.
I gotcha. Hey Kev, with all the with all the new roles that you're taking on, which is everything,
Yep.
how are
Extra,
you
extra.
managing everything? Like, do you have a CRM, like a computer software that you're using that manages it, that keeps you like your tasks in a row? Who owes you money? Who you need to go see? What projects you have outstanding? Like, what equipment you need to get? Where's the equipment at? Like,
So I
a
utilize
lot.
a program. I don't know if either of you are familiar with it. It's called Inspect Point.
I have never used it. I've heard of it, but I've never used it.
So
Yeah, Shaggy posted that the other day.
I use Inspect
Is that
Point.
what he's using in Spec Point?
I
So
think
you
we
could
use
use
that
it
too.
for you could use it for sprinkler inspections. You could use it for work orders, flow testing. You could do it for commissioning. You could also use it for proposals, invoices, payment. You could do pretty much everything through Inspect Point, which is really good. I use Google Calendar and Inspect Point for scheduling. In
Hmm.
meetings, I just use like Google Calendar for meetings and kind of like a quick overview. I still kind of use old school, just paper and pen, just to kind of get a quick glimpse of like what the week's going to look like. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. But Inspect Point's really nice because there's a lot of capability with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you could start off doing a proposal, do your actual job through a work order. Once you're done with it, process it, and then send it as an invoice. And then the invoice, there's a link for payment right there. It's very straightforward.
Oh, that's
Um,
pretty cool. I didn't know it had all that shit in there.
yeah. So I was very familiar with it. The last company I used to work for, that's what I used in the field. Now I know the in field part like the back of my hand because I used it every day for about 2.5 years. But the back end office part, I don't know anything about. So that's a bit of a learning curve, but there's a lot that you could do with it, and there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know you could do with it. But yeah, it's good. So far, so good.
Logo's asking, what equipment do you prefer to use for a annual flow test?
Oh, hose monster, 100% hose monster. Yeah.
Hose monster,
Hey, look,
baby.
I don't think there's any other option than the little hose monsters of plastics with oh man, it's like a wet dream with the remote readers. Oh my gosh, even when you go open atmosphere with a 2.5 with the green connections, I know I'm going off on a rant, but man, they are awesome. Do you have
uh,
the little ones?
Yeah, the little hose monsters.
Oh my gosh, that's the way to go with a remote reader and everything
Well,
where you can don't get wet,
oh
huh?
yeah, so I got one that has the tube thing. Now, Hose Monster came out with the wireless Bluetooth sensors. I didn't buy those because those are ridiculously expensive for what they are
Well,
yet.
and I wouldn't buy it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't buy it. Electronic, like, no, stay mechanical as much as you can. That just sounds like a nightmare. Can you imagine? All right, you go out to a huge diesel fire pump. You drove 2 hours to get there, right? And you had this Bluetooth device on your flow monsters, and you go out there, and then it's not connecting. or
I think you're,
this electronic's not working and the battery's dead.
yeah, yeah.
Use Buy the tubes for
Yep.
Buy the
sure.
tubes, baby.
So
Spend that money.
that and then I bought a company Viberline for laser alignment tool.
I can't be left in control of
Okay.
this.
The laser alignment tool is pretty cool.
You have it
It,
around you?
but yeah,
See,
actually,
that's something I don't know about is the laser alignment. I actually, when I rebuilt my last fire pump, uh, I just I subbed another company out
how much did they charge
to
you?
do it. Oh, I don't remember. I was just in the field at the time, so I didn't handle the money part yet.
Oh yeah, what do we got? What do we got?
So it's cool. It comes with like a little tablet thing. It's almost like a phone for doing alignments.
Whoa.
But
Yeah.
they have an app that I use my iPad for, which is great because that's what I use to do all my reports and paperwork. So I can do everything right
Mhm.
from my iPad, and I can upload my report from my laser alignment directly to the iPad to a report, which is great. But yeah, these are the sensors. There's two
Oh,
sensors.
nice. It comes with two of them, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
two sensors that go on each side of the coupling, pretty much on the shaft on the coupling, and then each coupling has its own tolerance, and it can't be with it has to be within its certain tolerance. So this one I like is it gives you how far over or up the pump has to go. So if the motor has to go one way, up like 10 thousandths of an inch, and the left back corner, you throw a shim under there, and then it does real time display kind of where it is. And when you lock everything down, then you adjust the shaft, and it tells you exactly what it is. And I like the report aspect because you have a report of before what it looked like, and then what your corrective action is, so that your customer has an exact idea what you did.
Huh.
I
That's
got you.
nifty.
So,
Technology, baby.
Oh yeah, technology.
do you know that FM Global in their handbook they require it to be um every what I think annual test. So every year
It's
they
actually an
require it to be aligned. Huh?
That's an NFPA 25. It's required by code every year that you check alignment on a fire
Is it
pump.
every year?
Actually, it's yeah, every year. NFPA 25. I don't have a 25 down here. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's not getting done. you know,
was
You
it's
it.
gotta
like there's
check the
some places
alignment
it's like,
every year.
It's supposed
oh
to check
yeah.
the alignment every single year. Yep.
So do you have to take off the bonnet to do that? The top?
Just a coupling guard.
Okay.
Just the coupling guard.
Yep.
Any tips on aligning that?
So it all depends on your tool itself. This one is not too bad. There are like little tricks. There are different bolts. Like some, no matter how much you want to try to get your alignment within its tolerances, just some bases are tweaked. Some of them are shipped just kind of messed up. There are kind of like little things you could do to cheat. There are specific bolts that are a little bit thinner with your regular standard thicker threads, but they're stronger bolts, so the neck's a little bit thinner, just so you could kind of get a little bit of extra out of your base to move the motor. Um, Diesels are a pain because they are very heavy. Uh,
Oh wow.
diesels,
Yeah.
but but yeah, you just kind of learn along the way. I highly recommend if you get any laser alignment tool that you go through a training class from the company you get it from, because they'll show you
Do they
exactly.
usually provide that or do you have to pay for it?
They provide it at a cost.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's free when you pay. It's
yeah.
like,
Oh, that's cool. We'll train. Well, spend another freaking I don't know X amount of dollars on training, and it's not cheap training either. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But
Whew. Send it. So if you haven't liked this video yet, please like it. Please share it. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all of your support. If you want to follow us on Instagram, if you're not, Kevin is American Fire Pump
yep,
on
American Fire.
Instagram. Brian is Atlanta Fire Protection and Blue Collar Bobby. If you want to recommend a guest, hit us up. We'll get them on the show.
Yeah.
We're happy to do this shit. We really enjoy it. We want to talk to you guys. Let's
I
start
did
getting like plumbers and electricians on here and shit. See what they got to say.
Yeah.
electrician probably get shit on quite a bit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we'll probably get like 30
I'm sh
30,000
I'm
followers.
sure that they could take it though. I want to get like an electrician's point of view of the sprinkler fitter, you know? Top
Yeah.
dog on the site. Who's gonna be our first electrician on the show?
We only send two, and you wouldn't want to fight them. That's what.
So
Oh shit.
I came across this old, really old original packing slip with the pump make model serial number and the price on it from 1980.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's in real rough shape. I don't know how well it's going to pick up on the camera here, but yeah, it's from 1980. It has all the information, but the best part is that price.
Is it
That's with it. That's with
39.52?
that's with a controller and everything.
No, shut up.
Holy
With a
shit.
controller?
4,000, yeah, with a fire trowel across the line controller for $4,000
And a
and
pump?
the pump in 1980. Yep.
You spend that now for it not working.
That's that's like your that's
Depending
like
on the
your
pump, I
That's like
charge
your
more than that.
granddad. Your granddad bought his house for like fucking $899. He's like, you just gotta buy a house, kid. Like they're 600,000 now, Gramps.
Yeah.
Charge more than that for doing like some services.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wheels Across charges me crazy money. So he bought all these like I think it was controller like I'm not gonna butcher it, but something that goes in the controller. They were discontinuing, and he bought
Oh,
all of them from the
I heard about
manufacturer.
this. Yeah, he told me about this when he did it, and I thought it
Oh,
was
he loves it. He loves it, and he loved to charge me for it too.
fire call. It was I think it was the initial. I think either the initial breaker or it was like the main contacts in this one controller that they
Yeah,
disconnected. And he spent absurd money and bought all of them, whatever they had
yeah.
left. They long.
It
And now
made
they can
me pay
sell
for
them.
once.
But like
Good
he
for
could sell
him.
it for 5, 10, 15 grand, but it's still cheaper than spending 35 on a new controller.
Good
Yeah,
for
I
him.
know.
Bobby, it's Steve that was DMing you about the mechanical T. That mechanical T coupling is very uncommon. Yeah. Did you guys see that what I posted from the Toronto Victaulic Toronto sent me that coupling that was also like an outlet?
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, I
I've
want to
never.
say it was Style 70. It was a Style 72 or something. Then other people started to send me them, and Steve found one in his shop.
Huh.
I didn't think that they
So
were
Kev,
FL
you
listed, but I
you
think they are
hate
FM listed.
vertical pumps?
What's that?
You hate vertical pumps?
They're by far my least favorite pumps.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. When
So when you guys go and fuck with those vertical pumps, you got to take all those bearings out of the top.
So it's not like there's only one on a vertical. Well, it depends on the exact design, but there's only like one real bearing. And when you pull the motor, like you have to get an electrician to disconnect the wires to pull the motor. Like that, you don't do all that often unless you like hear some real debris or there's a performance issue. Other than that, you just pretty much take the packing out where the stuffing box is, clean it out as best as you can, new packing in, clean it
You're
up.
down there in that little hole, like on the ground.
Oh yeah. Well, you're talking like a vertical turbine?
Yeah. Oh, is that?
That's a whole different beast.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a whole different
That
beast.
had a bunch of bearings in the top of it when we put it together.
are you talking about the vertical turbine for like water?
I'm talking. Oh,
Like
yeah,
it
that's what I
goes
thought.
down
I was mistaken. That's what I thought we were
water?
talking about.
Oh, so those aren't, well, I mean, I guess there is a series of bearings, but those are a series of impellers.
No, so no, not those. Like at the very, very top of the motor where we put this big nut with the pin in it, there was ball bearings that went around the top of it
Oh,
that we put in way, way at the top of the motor inside this little dome piece. And
Okay.
like all the weight sits on that. It's very important up at the top, but it was my
I
first time
I
doing it
think
and
it's
it went so
for
fast.
balancing. It sounds like as it go around, it balances it.
So to
It
repack that
reduces
thing just doesn't
vibration.
seem easy. It's like not enough. There's not a lot of room in the bottom of that thing to repack it.
Yeah, this is
Repack
like
it.
one of those real small kind of crappy inline verticals. Those are my least favorite. Vertical turbines are cool because they're unique.
Mm.
You don't see too many people like lifting one of them and taking it apart and rebuilding it. Typically, if they lift it, they're just going to replace it, which is crazy because those things are by far the most expensive pump you could get.
Why put it in there? Why use them? I mean, what benefit does it have being vertical? The small spaces, is that it?
So they also pump some of the largest volumes of water, believe it or not.
And you can just add another impeller if you want more volume, I believe.
Right.
On what you're talking about, we're talking about two separate things. So like
Oh,
if you think about an inline that is installed vertically, like
oh, I got you.
a typical
Oh,
horizontal electric pump, but instead of it's horizontal, it's just vertical.
oh
You're
yeah.
talking about the one with the
Oh
big
yeah,
stem that
I'm
has
talking about the.
propellers that pulls water.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what you're talking about, Bobby, which I haven't seen. I've never seen one before.
I've seen quite a few of them.
Yeah, I think there's only like two of them in Boston. The first two are. I think we put the first two in Boston, or the first two of that kind.
They're huge in the Philippines. Huge.
So they're big in remote areas. You don't see them too much in like cities, but at least here in Connecticut, you see them more in like remote areas. You don't have any water pressure, and instead of having a massive outside water storage tank, you have a massive underground water storage tank. You could just build a pump house or the pump room right above.
The tank.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
safe,
how these are.
space saving pretty much. And
Style 72.
they pump some pretty crazy amounts of water. Horizontal split case and vertical turbines are the two biggest types of pumps that you can get.
I bet it's a lot like Scotland. Like they do not have heavy or high, however you want to say it, water pressure. So they all have these tanks that they pull from.
Every system they put in's got them tanks. It looks like.
Yeah, everyone they'll have outside. It's almost like they just have them ready to go on skids. Just boom, 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 like
Boom.
every place that has fire protection. Yeah, but they just have
Oh,
really low pressure.
I follow a lot of companies, pretty much in like Scotland and like pump companies, and especially in Europe and Scotland and pretty much just all of Europe. And suction pumps are huge over there, whereas here you
Mm,
don't see much at all. At least
no,
I've seen one. Literally, only seen one.
Hmm.
are they reliable? More reliable than a horizontal?
Um, I think they're about the same, but it's also volume of water. I think like the biggest. I could be wrong, but I think one of the biggest and suction pumps you could get is like a 1500 GPM pump.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which and does it have to be electric? I would imagine it has to be. You can't
Yep.
run that with diesel, can you?
Yep. I've seen the one that I've seen is a diesel, an end suction diesel.
Like a little one?
Yeah. Let me see if I got a video of it.
Yeah, send me a. I want to see at least a picture. Like,
So what do you think the rough cost of a vertical turbine is?
An
well,
Just
electric, it depends on like how much horsepower the electric motor is.
you talking like 50 grand or 100 grand?
Oh no, you're talking over probably over 150.
Just for the pump.
Yep. Because think about it too, you have to have a crane company come in or a rigging company come in and crane out the old, crane in the new, or take the old one out and put the new one in.
kind of hard to see.
We can kind of see it.
Yeah, so you have the diesel, and then so I'm sure. What's it like in a crankshaft in the back? Or no? What's that? What's that? The rear diff, right? In the rear of a vehicle, where you have the drive shaft come in and you have the diff. Then you have the. I bet it's like something like that because the diesel comes in, diesel that arm it connects and then it's turning
Turning the impeller
like
way down
that.
the bottom.
Yeah, right.
So,
Oh wow.
Well, that's a big boy.
oh no, it's only 500 GPM.
That
Just looks big.
I guess it looks bigger in the video.
Yeah,
500 GPM and you get a diesel.
you don't have reliable power, man. Yeah,
Oh,
That's
that's
true.
true. That's true.
Get one of them, put a tank under it. That's why we're putting in these turbines too, is because they're for hospitals. And so I guess if there was no water supply, if both of the city's supplies got cut, they could still fight fire for a long time with their 150,000 gallon tank.
yeah.
Hospitals are so important. to keep, as working there and stuff. You
Very
can't get them
important.
out. Can't get them out.
No, yeah, you gotta protect the patients.
Nursing homes
Most
too.
most of them are passed out, you know? They just got out of surgery. They're all fucking drugged up and recovering. How are they gonna get out if the fucking place on fire?
Yeah. Remember, just think about the last time you were in a hospital. Like you were probably gone.
So
Fucking
I'm trying to get into diesel service as well. That's one thing I'm trying to dive into pretty hard. Just another thing to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
like cell maintenance, like oil
yep.
change and just timing belts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sick.
pretty much doing
So I do offer that too, but I sub it out to like a mechanic shop, like a mobile mechanic.
that stuff I would do in-house myself because like I said, it's just
Oh, that'd be awesome. Are you trying to do some like certifications so you have something or?
so technically I'm certified through Clark.
Sick.
So
That's awesome. We gotta get you a cameraman.
yeah,
Dude, the
I,
shit you're doing every day is people definitely want to see. I want to see. Need to get you like a
I
Because
little
that
birdie.
stuff you don't,
The stuff you don't see, man.
yeah, like, and then so many people, including myself, want to learn more about fire pumps, but we're stuck on a job because if we go, you know, pump schools are rare, pump classes are rare, and if you do have one, then they're expensive, or they're in another state, and like you don't get that experience. You don't have that hands-on experience like a someone who is just fitting pipe, 8 heads a day, 12 heads a day, going home kind of thing. Like
20 heads a day.
it's
was to
it's
say yeah, it's
20 heads
I
a
could
day.
probably do 50 myself,
Pump your numbers up. It
probably
depends.
do
It
50
depends if you gotta
myself.
hang it, and depends on who's on the machine. But should be able to do fucking 20.
Prefab 50 heads.
so when I was
Go.
an apprentice, I worked with this really old guy. He was very well known for being a grumpy old man. He uh he would always be like, at the end of the day, how many heads did you do? I did 14 heads. Oh, you got to pump those numbers up. I did 25. I go, Dave, you
Those are
nipple.
rookie numbers. Get your numbers up, kid.
I'm hanging, 3, 4 foot arm overs with trap bars and all kind of other shit. And he's literally goosenecking, nipple 90 and then dropping a head.
He's taking the easy ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's it. That's what you gotta do with the apprentice. Go
Those
challenge him, and
are
then you just
rookie
fucking
numbers.
skip around and get all the easy ones. It really slows you down if you gotta fucking hang them, man. You know?
Yeah.
Especially trap bars. I mean, they're a
If you
pain in the
gotta
ball.
hang every one, then you're doing 12 or 15. And then trap bars, I mean, man, that's a lot of extra stock you just fucking went. Try to do the rough and nice so you don't have to hang them.
Yeah. Yep. Well, back then I was doing service, so everything was like, you got to take apart what's existing, swing the head. Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what I do. Relocates, fucking spin them upright. And I usually just tighten their arm over in too much, so then I gotta fucking take it out, put in a new arm over anyway.
I saw I gotta find his Instagram page, but I saw on his page for his cheaters, he didn't use conduit, he used brass,
Mm,
like brass pipe. I was like, that is fancy.
you're really trying to get your wrenches stolen.
Right.
Oh my God, look away in Boston, all of a sudden methadone mile, they'll be selling them on the corner.
Methadone mile. Well, y'all got a street.
Yeah, bro, methadone mile. It's fucking keep your windows up. There's like a
Wow.
there's it's interesting down there. I videotape it sometimes. They just like they'll pick a cigarette filter up off the ground and light it and smoke it. It's like nothing. There's nothing left. They don't even know whose mouth was on it before. And
Jesus.
they'll just be sitting on the sidewalk shooting dope. You'll be sitting at a red light. It's like it's 5:45 in the morning, bud. What the fuck? Methadone mile. There's
So it's
there's a,
like
there's a few different methadone places there, and then that's where they all gather, and then they just like panhandle. It's in like a wicked busy area too, so you could be a green light.
what if I cure their methadone problem with Azul coffee? So instead of meth in the morning, they have a cup of Azul coffee,
I bet they'll take the
you
Zool
know?
coffee and still do their meth.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yep.
then they get the Azul coffee, then they feel like they need a job, and then they want to take a shower and find a beautiful wife, get married, have kids, become Christians or something.
I don't think
I did the
coffee's a
wrong one. Yeah, I don't know. The coffee might not be the best for someone. Bro, you could be having a green light and you're doing 30 miles an hour. This person is not looking, not stopping. Don't give a
They
fuck what
just
color.
walk.
They don't care what the light is or what, and they're just going. Watch out.
Dude, you cracked me up with the tickets. Stage five. Okay, sending the
Fucking things
tickets.
get, them things get stuck, man. I think the meter maid's starting to super glue them. She must be following me.
That's
She wants to
funny.
see how long. Sometimes they stay up. Did you see the one that fell off of the off of the wiper was stuck on the mirror?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
flung it off. It flies off of the wiper. It's stuck on the mirror. It stayed there for like fucking 20 miles, just pressed against the mirror. Don't let off the gas, baby. You're coming home.
So they ever contact you about those? Or you just nothing.
Who? What? It's they
No, about the
automatic.
ticket.
Once you send them into the sky, it's automatically paid.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
Oh
great.
shit. They target the commercial vehicles. You know?
that sounds about right.
The one if I let my inspection sticker expire and I get one of those tickets, I'd hear about it. But I won't hear about parking tickets. It's the name of the game. Where am I gonna park the van? In the fucking 6 foot tall garage?
Yeah.
You know? There's nowhere to find me a parking spot in Boston for my van with ladders on it where I'm allowed to park. That's not $60. You know? If you got an open lot, it's gonna be $60. Like the hospitals are all near Fenway, or you might be able to find one for 40. It'll be like, oh, $10 for the first hour, and then after that it's $45.
Huh.
No, see, Atlanta doesn't even ticket you. They just throw on two boots, throw on a sticker.
Two boots? Yeah, you
Two
have to
boots and a
have
sticker.
I think you gotta have 5 unpaid tickets to get a boot.
No, no, it's they double boot the if you have a like a construction truck or van, they double boot you
For
because
what?
they know that you'll try to saw off like with a sawzall. But
What
you can
the
probably get one,
hell?
but you can't get two by the time the tenant gets back.
I don't know. You've seen them Diablo blades?
12 amp hour battery and a few Diablo blades. You're good to
That's
go.
it. And an apprentice. He gets one, I get the other. Hurry up, kid. Fuck cutting it. Just go. What's gonna happen? If that thing's gotta fall off once I hit 80. No?
No, your wheel is not spinning. And
Really?
then so the stickers that they put on there, you gotta go buy Goo Gone to get them off. Like they are on there.
I got a
These
couple of them
bright
stickers.
green stickers. They just like put it right on your
I got these
windshield.
bright orange ones. You just can't get them off if you stick them.
Mm-hmm. Who do we got next week?
Next week is another month. We're entering May.
Yeah, this year's going crazy.
We got Big Donnie on Tuesday, and then we got J Mac coming back on the 4th. You missed the first J Mac show, so that'll be a good one.
Awesome.
The 9th or the 11th, I'm trying to get Chris from Victaulic, the down in Texas, the regional manager.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
sent us the hat. He sent you a hat, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just haven't gotten picked it up yet, but yeah.
Um, yeah, good shit. And if anyone else wants to come on the show, just hit us up. I'm always booking it.
If he's listening, I'm gonna do a video, like a story or something when I get it. I just haven't got it yet. I'm planning on getting it next weekend.
Nice.
I'm not doing anything this weekend. I told all my friends I'm busy.
Oh yeah,
So,
and what? You're just gonna
yeah.
lay around in your hammock?
Yeah, I'm gonna go lift and maybe ride some bicycles next to the river and then hang out at the house.
There you go.
Yeah,
Relax,
maybe
kid.
maybe
Good
eat
for
some
you.
steak.
Whoo! I'm gonna
But I
finish my
mean,
chicken coop.
wife's even on board. Like I had some reservations and I was like, "You want to cancel these and just not do anything?"
Sometimes you need that. Just stay in.
Dude, well, I haven't stopped. Moved and then got married and then we had family from Colombia, which, they always come. Like you marry a Latin woman, her family and her friends are gonna come and stay and then visit and vacation for months in your house and
It's family, man. Invite them over.
something you have to deal with. So everybody be ready for that if you make that decision in your life.
Oh yeah. Let them in.
Hey, Brian, Have
I'm
you
cool
talked
with
to
it
him?
if they cook, you know. If they come, they cook. I'm cool with that. But if you're not cooking,
Make him some milkshakes.
doing something,
What'd you say, Kev?
I said, Brian, have you tried to call Wills and see if he'll come on the podcast? 'Cause that dude would be great.
I haven't tried to call him. Um, I'll tell you what, I'll call him tomorrow. I'll try to call him tomorrow.
Get him on, bro. Tell him the 25th. The 23rd or the
Yeah.
25th of May. The 23rd or the 25th of May. For Wills. What is it? Wills?
Yep, Will's lacrosse.
Will's lacrosse.
I don't
That's it.
think
Hmm.
I personally I've never met anybody who's more knowledgeable about fire pumps than that guy.
Well, if he does come on, we want you to come on the show with us.
What's that?
Like, if he does come on, I want you to come on with us. Like, I want it to be like a 4-person episode.
Oh yeah,
Let,
I would come.
let's do it.
Maybe we'll
You
have to
guys,
do
you guys
over
have
an
both
hour
met
for
him
sure.
before?
I've never met him. I've only like subcontract him
I've met him
and
like
dealt with it over the phone.
What'd you say,
I
Kev?
think he is an apprentice now.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's got a guy. His name's Mike that works for him. I mean, I don't know if he's an apprentice, but he's really good at what he does too. Pretty much does
Okay.
thing with like laser alignment, flow testing, and
Yeah, yeah. Have you hired anybody yet? Or are you just running the show?
I'm doing everything myself.
Only employee?
Yep.
Wow.
Man, was it scary to get started, like to jump that ship, man?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But it would scare me more to not do it. You know what I mean? You always wonder. You always wonder throughout life, like, what if I did this? What if I did that? Or why didn't I do this? I
Yeah.
think it's better to know.
Get her
So
done.
me and my wife are doing a lot of things. Like we got a Zool, we got the podcast. That's kind of where we want our future to be. And I was telling her on the way back, I forgot where we were coming home from. I think it was like a sushi date. And I just got on one of my I do this thing where I get on this like life rant where I just start talking about life and this and this, and then she just, listens. But I told her, I was like, if you have a plan, if you have a dream or something that you think that you would love to do or something that would, work, like the worst that can happen, especially here in America, is, you could do it through a LLC, so you're protected, but like you just go bankrupt, right? You go bankrupt, and then if you're an able-bodied person, you can build it back up. You can get a job. You can buy a cash car. Like it's not the end of the world.
No, not at all.
No, I mean, of course, it's gonna take you years to get back with it, but you tried, and then
Gave
you
it your
try
all.
again. Yeah, I
How is
mean,
the coffee thing going,
it's
Bry?
not that bad. The rest of the world, you would be, I mean, you'd almost die. There's
Yeah,
no support, but America has so many like programs and options, and then you can go bankrupt. Go bankrupt. So what?
yeah. You just keep
So
going.
yeah, you have an able
Start
body.
over.
Go pick up a wrench. Let's go. You have knowledge. You can start back with with your higher wage. Like who cares? Who
That's it.
cares?
How's the coffee going, Bry?
Well, since we've been so busy, and so we basically launched it, and then we were planning a wedding, and then we had family over and all that. So it's just we did our first pop up at a woman's event, and Sarah's she sold 12 bags, sent some bags off to some friends, and not many though. So not awesome, but we just started, and we don't
That's
even
it.
have a website, and um I don't know. We're just still trying to figure out shipping, and we're just kind of see what direction we want to go. But I have a 2-year hard start. So whatever we do, 2-year hard start.
Could get yourself a dynamo
She
printer right there at that laptop and just print the labels out yourself.
Yeah, I thought about that. There's a stamps.com that has good options.
Yeah, that's what my wife used for a long time.
And then she even sent me, of course, if she's not doing it, I can do it. But she sent me like some horse trailers that got renovated with sinks and electricity and
Oh,
like
that's cool.
turned it into a coffee stand. She's like, you can do that. I was like, yeah, but it would take me a lot of weekends, you know?
You got it, Bry. And then you can like try to hire like park that thing at a wedding.
Oh
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Be the coffee horse trailer at like a nice wedding. Make it look nice.
Oh, you want to know you'd kill it? Do espresso martini trailer.
oh yeah, but then I had to do the liquor license.
Do it through the venue.
I don't know how that would go.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
do
know
your
how that
coffee
would
thing and
go.
just it's double the price. We're gonna
Yeah,
secretly add some vodka or whatever.
yeah, a little wink, wink gets you some vodka in there.
That's great.
But like they have like Atlanta's big on food trucks. And they have food truck events, and we have all these festivals, and it'd be cool just to lift the Gladiator a little bit, put some tires on it, and have a matching blue Zool trailer. That was kind of our idea. But then I was thinking, I was like, I think that we would be spending more money than what we have to. Like I feel like we can do more with spending less money and
Just
less
load the
time.
Jeep up for now until you make revenue and then get yourself a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got it has a small bed. I can put whatever I need to, put
Yeah.
in there. But it's a good idea. But we're also in a freaking apartment, man. Where am I gonna put a freaking horse trailer? Someone's gonna like stab the tires and spray paint it. Get this thing out of here.
Park it in my driveway, Bry. I got the room.
So like two buildings over, there was a Charger one night that like double parked. It was a white older like a '08 Charger. I guess it was like a '09, like the first model, and it was kind of like beat up a little bit. And someone spray painted "nice parking dickhead" on the side of it, like in huge like blue, like
Oh wow. That's good.
Atlanta, baby. At least they didn't shoot it
yeah, yeah.
or take all the parts. I see Chargers on Instagram and there's like, dude, there's nothing left.
I saw
The
that with
the
Challenger,
the
Hellcat Challenger.
dash, maybe that's what it was.
Well,
It's
they
like
steal them
everything is
so
gone. The
fast.
drivetrain, the engine, the wheels, the fucking fabric from the trunk, the lights, everything
Everything.
just gone,
They
just sitting
steal
there in
them
like a
so
neighborhood.
fast, so fast. I heard my first domestic dispute today.
What, like
So
by
I
your
work from
neighbors?
home. No, it was like right above my apartment.
So your
This
neighbors.
dude came in, huh?
So those are your neighbors, right?
Yeah, my neighbors.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
was like, I
not
said,
at my
yo, I said
apartment.
your neighbors. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
like up above.
Oh, yeah. I
What
guess
are
they're
they
my
doing?
neighbors.
Was he winning or was she
I,
winning?
I don't know. So from what I gather from just listening is the woman was home, and then whoever the woman is, I don't pay attention to people. And then the guy came in, and he just started yelling from as soon as the door came open. Then he slammed the door, and then he just yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. And then after I don't know, it was a long time of yelling. Then it was this loud music. Then it got annoying.
Damn, you didn't get like the broom and give it the old fucking doof doof doof,
Yeah,
huh? Bang on the
I need to
ceiling.
do it. Yo, it's like all they do is smoke pot. Isn't like where my vents are? It's like always smells like marijuana,
And they're
and I
blowing it
hate it.
down into yours?
Well, it just like in apartments, ventilation kind of comes in and out. Like you
Damn.
only share like a furnace, but all the HVAC's all kind of tied into each side.
Huh. That's what we're doing
So
in the
if they,
hospitals. We're changing out all the HVAC systems so each patient
mm,
has their own system.
oh, that's smart since COVID and all that.
Yep.
We still live?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
We're just shooting the shit. I'm gonna end it right now. We're hitting at 59 minutes right now. It's been great. Thanks for watching. We got a couple viewers still going. 9 of them. Hit the
yeah,
like button.
that's
I got
great. I feel
you
like
guys.
we've been doing good.
I asked you guys to hit the like button. One person hit it. Come on, let's get one more person to hit it. What do you guys think of the soundboard? Hit me in the DMs with our next guest. I'm still looking for someone from a cold climate. I put a post out looking for someone from Alaska. People are like, Bobby, Alaska's not that fucking cold. This place is colder. That place is colder. I want someone who's just like doing sprinklers where it's always fucking cold.
So I reached out to a guy. I'll reach out to him again
Chad
tomorrow.
said Dakota,
Uh, he
North or
was up
South Dakota is colder than Alaska.
in the research facility at Antarctica.
Damn, I want him.
Yeah.
What's he researching?
I don't know. No, he just does the fire protection. I don't know if he's
What?
gonna re-up his contract or
In
if he is
Antarctica, bro?
done. It's about a $200,000 contract.
Panzika
I
says
think
Bud
it
Light
might be.
rep. No, no, no.
No. The contract might be open. I think it's like $200,000 to level 3
Hold on, you go.
inspector
Who
and
wants the
service
Bud Light
director.
rep? Nobody. For the guys on the Zoom, I just played crickets.
Yeah, they're on a cancel list.
So the
I
only
was
thing
at
with the soundboard is the guys that I'm talking to can't hear it. Only the people on the show can hear it. I don't know how I could translate it onto the Zoom. I'd have to get it through my mic.
So I went to the Braves game yesterday and I was kind of looking. I did not see a single Bud Light or any advertisement.
Yeah?
None.
Good. Take it down. They fired that. They fired
Not
that
one at the stadium.
well, I almost
And
called
you
her a
would
bad
think,
name.
like Bud Light's like a go-to at a baseball game.
Nah, you can't. That lady took that company right. What do they have? Like 100
But
years of just
it was
being
a
an
huge
American
deal
beer,
for
and
it was
now it's
like
gone.
their
Woke.
first woman CEO
Anything
and
woke is just gone. It's a joke.
Yeah.
first woman CEO, and then she just
Yeah,
screws it up.
that's a bad look. First woman CEO.
Like advertisement's not hard. Find what works and then stick with it. You don't have to reinvent and be like,
I'm with it.
It's marketing. Know your audience or know
No,
your
yeah, exactly.
just like anything, right?
basic
That's it.
marketing.
All right,
Go
this has
back to
been.
the old Super Bowl Bud Light commercials and then stick with it.
That's it. Like the Budweiser commercials with the sick horses and the carriage and
Yeah,
like those
exactly.
commercials always slap. Don't take a dude and pretend that he's a chick.
Here,
Put him on a
keep
can.
it manly, keep it badass. That's
That's
it.
it. All right,
And
we're gonna
people
get
will
off of
buy it.
here. This has been a great show. Thanks for coming on again, Kev.
Thanks, Kev.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram. And thanks for watching. Thanks for checking.